Hi, everybody. Mr. Orm here. I am going to be talking to you a little bit about preparation for really the biggest test we've had yet this year in U.S. history. The information surrounds the Constitutional Convention. So, what you see in front of you is the review guide for that. The nice thing about this is that I've linked a lot of different resources that can be utilized to get ready for um, the test. The test is going to be next week for some classes on Tuesday, and then also on Thursday or Friday, depending on where we're at with that review. The first one that you're going to look at is the overview of big ideas. If you click on that, it takes you to a presentation that shows really the three biggest ideas related or really debated at the Constitutional Convention. It has to do with representative government, has to do with the Three-Fifths Compromise, how slaves would be incorporated into those counts for representation, and then how we elect our president, so really reflecting the Electoral College. The next one that you're going to see is the Articles of Confederation. Really, this is the first form of government that the United States had. They actually drafted it following the Declaration of Independence and all throughout the Revolutionary War. But it posed some of the problems. So when you look at this, there's another video attached to that really gives you an overview, pretty thorough, about some of the strengths and weaknesses, which you see there as part of understanding how the Articles of Confederation really were ineffective. Then you're also going to see a question here on what was the significance of Shays' Rebellion. If you click on that, it'll take you to another video talking about Shays' Rebellion in the lead up to the Constitutional Convention. So that was a really big event that catapulted the country into the Constitutional Convention because they were really at a point of chaos and crisis. Then you're going to notice here it says points of view. What we have here is that we've been working on understanding different regions of the country at the time and the different points of view that they had on particular topics. One of the big ideas here is we actually debated this in class, was this idea of representation in government. If you click on this, it'll take you to a video that outlines how the different plans turned into what becomes known as the Great Compromise. And then what you have here is how did delegates from the following states want representation organized at the Constitutional Convention. So you've got the difference in points of view of the big states versus the small states. And you'll see that in the video and with a little bit of research. Then you've got the issue of slavery. How did delegates from the following regions address slavery at the Constitutional Convention? So now we've got the regional differences here between southern states and northern states. And if you click on this link, it'll take you to a video all about the Three-Fifths Compromise. Now with this one, you want to make sure we're very comfortable in terms of understanding the significance of this and how things developed around the idea of slavery, and then how the country moved forward from there. And this is going to be something that the kids are going to have to write about in the form of an essay. So something along the lines of really understanding that and understanding the different perspectives related to that. Then what we have here is government power. So what did the delegates at the convention believe about the power of the government? So some people believed in a strong central government, which would be that federal government, right, that makes laws that all the states have to abide by. And then some people really thought that the power should remain within the states so they can make decisions on their own without somebody actually forcing certain things upon them. So again, you're going to look at some of those differences as well. Then you've got some vocabulary related to this. Now you've got some words like bicameral, republic, Federalist Papers, ratify. And then the next three really aren't necessarily vocabulary terms, but definitely things that need to be recognized for the kiddos. So you got the Great Compromise, the Electoral College, the Three-Fifths Compromise, and then, of course, the last one here is democracy. If you click on this, it'll actually take you to a Quizlet deck, which is a way to, it's an electronic form of note cards, and you can play some games with it and that kind of thing. So that's a really helpful tool for a lot of the kiddos. And then the last one are who are some of the people there. If you click on this, it'll actually take you to a lecture covering some of the main players at the Constitutional Convention. So that's a helpful one as well. And you're going to notice you want to know about the roles of George Washington, James Madison, Ben Franklin, and Roger Sherman. Those will be the four that we focus in on. This is a work in progress, so look for changes on it. It does change, and it will change with the ones that I send along to you. So again, don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions, but I think it would be really great if you can help your kiddos study for this test to really help them do the best that they can. Because again, what we're trying to do is get them ready for what they're going to be seeing at the high school. And something like this will be very similar to what they encounter there. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, dorme1@hollandpublicschools.org. All right, this is Mr. Orm, and I am out.